Yo, 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 welcome back to the MMA Short Show. Is always your boy, Stephen Moustaris, or some of you like to call me the Beard or the Moose or whatever. I really appreciate all of them. So, guys, the one thing I really want to get into real quick, though, is this whole Stephen Wonderboy Thompson thing going on with the UFC, man. And I mean, I can't believe I'm even talking about this here. Like, as a fan of the biggest MMA organization out there, and we talk about it all the time. It's the NBA, it's the NFL, it's the MLB of those sports, of baseball, football, basketball, all these things, and it's for MMA, this is the number one thing. It's the fastest growing sport. They're always talking about how this year they broke records to make more than what they did last year or ever before, and yet we still have an issue where Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And guys, I don't care if it's a guy making his UFC debut that nobody knows of, or a Dana White Contender Series, any affiliation, Slap League, any of those things that are affiliated with UFC. If anybody, even regardless if it's an 11-year veteran like our guy Stephen Wonderboy Thompson that's done so much for the sport, between him and his father who coached so many people, really, really growing the sport outside and doing those things in the gym. And, let alone what Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's done himself in his career with karate, bringing that to the UFC front, kind of like what Lyoto Machida was doing. He's an amazing kickboxer. He's all these things. What he's done in the sport, the highlights, everything is phenomenal. How nice he is, all these things. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's him or a guy making his UFC debut. If they sign a contract to make the fight with another opponent and they go through their camp, they're going away from their families, whatever the case may be, and they come to fight night on Friday or whatever, weigh-in night, and they make weight and their opponent doesn't make weight and the fight's off, man, these guys, the guy who made the weight should make money. Like, I don't know how they don't get paid. That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even, it makes sense if you're the guy who doesn't make weight and you just had the fight canceled. Yeah, sure, maybe he shouldn't get paid at all. I know they do that, like 30% of your purse or 25% of your purse or something like that, depending on how much weight. And, for Michel Pereira as well, it's his fault here. I don't know how any of the blame's on Wonderboy Thompson. Like, if we're being serious here, guys, Michel Pereira just had a gift literally just brought to him at his doorstep, says, hey, Christmas came early. You're probably not even deserving of a legend fight like this at a top, whatever, 7, 10, whatever it is in the division. You probably don't deserve it yet. I know you've won 3 in a row, but you're a little more of a show pony type thing. I'm not trying to be mean. I know he's a good fighter. He's athletic. He's strong and all these things. But, when it comes to the top 10, I just never imagined him being in there. And for him to get a chance and then blow it completely before he even gets in the fight and blow it on the scale and not take something serious like that, Wonderboy shouldn't even have to take that fight. Honestly, it makes me so mad that we're even sitting here talking about this and that the UFC hasn't paid him yet. What the hell? That's not Wonderboy's fault. He was the professional here. He's the one that made weight. Like I said, it doesn't even matter. It just hurts a little bit more that it's one of your favorite fighters, and it's somebody who's put so much of his life on the line for the UFC and has been in such big events and everything and been the nicest guy in the world, brings so many eyes to the UFC and to the sport, and, does so much outside of the sport, works a lot with the karate world and everything. What he's done for mixed martial arts is ridiculous, dude. And we're sitting here even arguing about if he should get paid or not for him being a professional. And then people, getting mad at him for not even taking the fight. And it's why would you? The last time he took a fight with somebody making more weight or being heavier than what they weighed in, he lost the fight. And it's dude, at this point when he's 40 years old, you can't handle one more loss when you're looking to get to that title. And, I don't blame him. And he's saying he's never going to fight Michel Pereira again or not give him that chance. And it's I don't blame you either. I was sitting here before the fight. Go back and watch. This is the nice part about recording my stuff and posting it is, the proof's out there. I never even thought this matchup should have even been a thing. I thought it should have been more like Michael Chiesa versus Michel Pereira. And, we get the Kevin Holland, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson rematch going or something. I think that would have been a little more fun. And yet here we are sitting here arguing about if Wonderboy should even get paid and, oh, he shouldn't get paid because he didn't take the fight. Would you guys at 40 years old when one loss could be detrimental to your game and especially your career, especially your title hopes, and let alone a big guy like that and somebody you probably shouldn't even be in there with, it's probably not deserving. I don't know, man. It's just really frustrating me here. Like I said, guys, I don't even care if it's I could maybe understand a local promotion, amateur, whatever. You're probably not even getting paid, but say the lowest level of getting paid, maybe $100, maybe $50 to fight, $20, whatever it would be for a real small local professional place. Even if you came in and made the weight and say the guy just didn't show up that night or something, you should make your $20, $50. You made it there. You put in this work in the camp. Not to mention all the money he's got to pay out to his camp still, to his trainer, to his, all his trainers, I should say, to his, to his sparring partners, to his managers. Like, dude, this stuff, guys, this stuff costs. So he's technically losing money for doing everything that he contracted to do. And we're sitting here about how he's not going to get paid. He should get paid the 30% or whatever that Michel Pereira's got to give up because of his purse, because he didn't even make the fight. This isn't Wonderboy's fault. So I don't know, guys. This shit's really frustrating me. I don't know if I'm out of pocket here, but I think this is something that shouldn't even be. Guys, we're in the UFC, guys. We are talking about the UFC. If this was the NBA and say one of these guys who sit out all the time, they sit out 50 games a year just to sit there for the playoffs, those guys get paid all 50 games. They're doing their thing. And they're using, most of the time they're using fake injuries or something just so they can make it to the playoffs or whatever. And, it's not even a question that they get paid. MLB, these guys get paid, I don't know how much money. They never have to play good again, and they're got guaranteed money. The NFL, the same way. Like, if somebody gets hurt, like, you're going to take care of them. You're going to pay them or something. So, like, or if a game gets postponed, something like that, guess what? They're still going to get paid. Like, this is the UFC, man. You guys make so much money. You guys are already paying out the fighters little as it is. How isn't it? Like, I'm a broken record here. It doesn't matter if you're making your first, debut or not, or if it's your second, third fight, whatever fight it is, your last fight, whatever. You're 11-year veteran, your first fight. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You should be getting paid. If you signed the contract and you came in, you made the weight, did everything on your job, your duty, everything you were supposed to do, and your opponent doesn't make the fight, yeah, that doesn't even make sense. You should make your money. Now, the opponent making his money, that's depending. Like, if you miss weight, no, I don't think you should get paid. Now, that's a complete different story. If we're talking Michel Pereira right now, then yeah, I wouldn't even be arguing. Like, I don't think he deserves to get paid. You had the biggest fight of your life, and you took it you didn't even take it serious. There's reports you eating steaks and all these things out there with all the fighters and everything before the weigh-in, and then you come in 4 or 5 pounds overweight. Like, if this was a championship fight, you just blew your chance. Like, and this was his championship fight against Wonderboy Thompson. To make a big name for himself at a big card, man, just frustrating, guys. So, you guys let me know what you think. Shouts out to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I'm sure he will end up getting paid because of the whole uproar that's going on. But still, it shouldn't even be a question. This shouldn't even be a thing. So, as always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. And let's go, baby. Let's go.